Hey there, lesson 8 here, and it's about starting cage shapes from different strings, and we're going to be also talking about starting them from different frets or different, what I call chambers. Okay, so looking over here, this is now a map of the fretboard practically. Okay, this is not a map of the fretboard. This is a rendering of what happens when you start a cage shape from a different string. We talked about that in the previous lessons. If you start a C cage shape from, say, the 4th string up, it becomes a D. But this is a map. The 4th string up is an A shape. Okay, and then there's overlap over here, so this is why this going horizontally, rather, you got C, A, G, E, D. Okay, and from previous charts we know that, right? We know that C, A, G, E, D is from this being split up to C goes from 3 to 5 here, and then A goes from 5 to 6 there, and then G goes from 7. Okay, there's a problem there, but this one's G starts 6 to root, rather. Okay, so there's overlap. 6 overlapping with 6, 5 overlapping with 5. That's in the horizontal direction. Just wanted to show you that from that chart. Okay, and I put the numbers right next to here. So E starts on 7. All right, so there's going to be horizontal overlap. All right, you get the cursor over where it's zooming, and it'll focus in on that. No need to drag the thing around. So, for instance, so this is a map. This one over here is not a map. This guy is not a map. This is a map. So cage is we're looking at the first string. Okay, and the first string is interesting going horizontally, because as we just said, we just went through that with the other diagram, C to A to G. Okay, and they interweave. C interweaves with A interweaves with G interweaves with E, because they share notes. That's called, interweaving, whatever. But going up and down, they don't share notes particularly. Now you look at this, C going to G, it skips the A. Okay, G goes to D, it skips the E. D goes to A, it skips the C. And A goes to E, it skips the G. E goes to C, it skips the D. You wouldn't think that. I'm going to show you why. But this is the map. Alright, this is the map. I'm going to show you why, okay? In a minute. Right up here. And we got to keep on cursoring up over there where we want to zoom in on. Okay? The C starts on this three shape. The C shape starts on that 3 note. Okay, these are frets, and this is a pattern stack. This is a stack of 2 long right here. 3, 5, 6 root. That's the 2 long. The 3 goes 3, 4, 5. Okay, the next string starts up. Okay, that would be the E Alright, so let's say we're talking about the key of C, the first 3 4th frets, open chord zone. Okay, right here, open chord zone. Right here. Okay, as soon as I put my hand in there, This is the open fret zone. This is the zone we're talking about initially. This bottom string, okay, is an E, and in the key of C, this is for this discussion, could be anything. Any note on this entire fretboard could be considered a 3. It would be the third of something. So let's put my finger down here. Here's an A. So that would be the key of F, because A is the third of F. All right, F, G, A. So key of C goes 3, 4, 5. The next string up, according to this chart, goes 6, 7, R. Now, why is that? Because there's an interval involved. The interval from the 5 to the 6. All right, this is a whole step, okay? Because every fret is a half step. So half step whole between 4 and 5. Okay? When we go to the 5 and the 6, how come the 5 goes to the 6 there? Well, because that is a whole step, and that is right here. A whole step is actually 4, because when R goes to a 4, that's a fourth. That's a perfect fourth. Here's a perfect third. And here's a whole step. Okay? From R to 2. So that's an interval there. Now the horizontal intervals, you got to figure them out. But in guitar, straight up is a fourth. Okay? Next one over is a major third. That's 2 whole steps. 2 over is a minor third, and 3 over is a whole step. So back up here, we're not going to dwell on that. Back up here, the 5, 3 over is a whole step to the 6th. Okay, now that 6, 7, R is the G shape. So here we have the C shape going to the G shape. What happened to A? Because I thought it was caged, C-A-G-E-D. What happened to the A shape if we got the C shape stacked on top of the A shape? Here's the A shape, 5, 6. It's in between. We skip it if we're going straight up on this part of the, I haven't explored what happens up here yet. We might get to that. The full map. But in this case, what we've got, I just explained why. What we've got is, and you got the video, you can back it up, right? What we got here, okay, I'll keep on getting this chart over here. So the C skips the A and goes to the G. The A is in between here somewhere, and you can play it. I'm sure there's a way to play it, but we're talking about full normal cage shapes. That's a C shape from the first string. Now the D being the C shape being 3, 4, 5, the D is 6, 7 root. Okay, because G rather, the G starts at 6, 7 root. So we do the G shape. I'm just doing the pentatonic because it's easier. You make less mistakes. But we could do we could add the 7th instead of going 6 root. G's. Okay, so that's G from the second string in the key of C. Okay, third string, then we have the D and the E note. The D and the E note. We can practically look at it up here. Third string is the D and the E note. Do you see how this, the D and the E note are here? Here's root. Here's E and F. They're kind of in my little mini keyboard drawing. The D and the E note. Okay, in the key of C is 2, 3, 4. And that 4 is interesting because just the 2 and 3 is the bottom string of a D-shaped pentatonic. D third.